There we go. So I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna run to Walmart, try to get an extension code. Get an extension code, and then I'm gonna go get a burger from somewhere.
So I think you might be able to get one from CVS if you didn't want to go all the way to Walmart.
I gotta get some wrapping paper. They sell wrapping paper at CVS.
They might. CVS be selling everything.
I wanted to talk about something real quick, and I cut it off my wrist already. But I wanted to know, why do black
Wait, I knew what you were about to talk about, but the way you whipped it out, pause, was just unexpected for me. I'm sorry. Please continue, please.
why do black people in particular, because I don't know about white folks or Mexicans or any other race, but why do black folks keep this on? Like, you will shower with this on, you'll fall asleep with this on, especially until you get well. Once you feel like you feel better, then you'll cut it off. It's as if you think you about to go back to the hospital and be like, I was here before. Like, they gonna give a fuck. They gonna give you a whole nother band anyway.
Mm-mm.
Like,
every time I've had one on, as soon as I leave the hospital, I pop mine off.
did you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
But
Even as a kid, I never did.
But you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I will wake up in the morning with the one from the club still on.
Crazy work. See different lives some niggas live.
But you got me crying on that though. You really do. Oh my God, that was. Oh, I was not expecting that. I really wasn't.
Cause I was just sitting here thinking, when I was shooting the Real Talk with Tay episode, I realized I was like, damn, it's still on my wrist. So I was like, I'm gonna cut it off real quick. Cause I don't want nobody in the comments being like, what, you was just in the hospital, you on the camera now?
Mind your business. You'll live longer.
But no, I was like, dude, why do black people keep these for so long? And my grandma used to always tell us to shred ours.
Yeah, for the personal information that's on there.
Yeah, she used to always just say shred it or keep it till it wears off, like the stuff wear off, and then throw it out. One of the two. And I was like, but why do we keep it on our wrist for so long? Because I went and did my infusion Friday.
Oh, that was still on from when you went to.
No, Friday.
Oh, that was from Friday. Okay.
No, they didn't give me one when I went
to
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they didn't give me one for Wednesday. But I think myself, I was like, damn, what the fuck did
that is true. I do see a lot of black people
with that on still. And I'd be like, what are we keeping it for? Like, who are we keeping it for? And I was like, man, I gotta start remembering to pop this shit off, cause I think Kaya left Lonnie's medicine, by the way.
Yeah, every time I've gone to the hospital, I had one of those on. As soon as I leave the hospital, it's like my general admission. I'm out of here, and I pop mine off.
I never have, but I think you're supposed to, and put it in the sharps bin.
I used to just take.
If you don't know what a sharps bin is, you ain't never worked in the hospital, so I'm not gonna explain it to you.
Yeah, sharps bin or a shred bin if you can find one. But I used to take my home and just cut it up, real fine.
Yeah, no, I ain't got time for that. Let's just do like Granny said, keep that thing until it wear off. Yeah. I probably got a whole bunch of these in a box somewhere and don't even know.
Are you collecting them like Pokemon cards?
Hey, gotta catch them all.
I said that was a nice setup and a home run.
But welcome to WitChaOlAsxPodcast. So my young old ass, my co-host here, gives you topic of discussions, difference of opinions, and we checking in on mental health and the well-being of our guests whenever they show up. Sorry, now, if you allow my young old ass and my co-host here to borrow your ears for a brief moment, we'll gladly appreciate it. Because I am your host, Tay Nicole.
And I'm your co-host, Pac Manley.
And together we are
With your old ass podcast.
Hey man, I wasn't even trying to be funny when I pulled that out of my pocket.
It wasn't. It just caught me off guard.
I was really thinking about it this whole time, especially when I was shooting that episode for Real Talk with Tay. I was sitting there thinking like, man, why do we keep these things? I should have said that on that episode too, because I was sitting there thinking to myself like, why the fuck do we keep these on our wrist for so long? For what?
I don't know. Maybe it's like you said, people feel when they feel that they're better. It's like that But they cut it off like, oh, I feel better now. Click.
Well, I still don't feel 100% better, but I don't know. It
Yeah.
threw me for a loop though, cause I was sitting here just laughing at myself, really, cause I'm like, what the fuck?
Now, I have been places like Target, Walmart, grocery stores, and have seen people walking around with those still on. But it'd be crazy. Like if you're a bouncer at the club and you go to put the wristband on somebody and they got one of them on. Did you just leave the hospital and come here?
I've seen that, and I've heard a bouncer say that to somebody. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. Down on Westport,
It
Shorty
would
had
be.
just left St. Luke's, and
I, maybe she was in there for something minor.
she probably was in there for like a iron transfusion. Never
Or
know,
something. But
or hydration maybe.
I was about to say, and then iron transfusion, hydration. You're going out to go drink and dance the night away.
I guess I don't know. Maybe more of a hydration because you can go party after hydration.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't do so much with after iron transfusion. Your ass be down in the dumps after one of those. Cause man, look, I was fighting for my life yesterday.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So I guess we're gonna jump into the check-in real quick so I can get y'all caught up what we talking about.
With that said, how are you doing?
Not great. No, but for real, I had to get an iron transfusion. And I got two more I have to go get. By the time y'all seeing this, I probably have already gotten the second one. But I'm anemic. I have iron autoimmune deficiency disorder, which a lot of women carry it. A lot of black women carry it. But it's basically your hemoglobin levels is real low, aka your iron, which can cause you to be tired, have dizziness, chest pain, and feeling all kind of sorts of ways. Well, I had to get an iron transfusion, right? Which is why I was talking about the band, because that's where I got it from. And for real, I feel like I put too much on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Me and my mom was on the phone talking. Cause I when I go to the doctor, if my mom was on the phone, I'll put it on speaker and let her hear what they saying, and also so she can ask questions and stuff. And
It's only right. It's only right.
yeah, cause I mean sometimes I can't think of questions if I'm not at my right frame of mind. I can't think of every question I need to ask, and I know she'll ask anything that she wants to, and I don't care. I would prefer somebody be in a right frame of mind asking questions on my behalf than me not being in a right frame of mind, can't think straight, and don't ask anything. But
Right, because one, you're already a little nervous and
yeah, you know what I
whatnot.
mean.
And,
Granted, I'm very open and honest with with anybody. People ask me questions. He'll tell you people can ask me questions. I'm gonna be open and honest. I don't really sugarcoat shit unless it's not my place. Meaning it's not my business. If it's not for me to tell, what?
my advice.
Oh, my business you live longer. No, facts for real. And I try to mind my business, but also too, I do have such a good heart that sometimes I can overwork myself, and that's what me and mom was talking about. Mom was talking about how she feel like I probably put too much on my plate. My mama got to running down everything that I'm doing. She's like, you got two podcasts running, you got a book you doing, you got a movie or a short film you're trying to write, you're trying to go act, you're trying to, get in, she's like, you throwing your hand in everything and you stretching your body so far that you probably stressing your own body out. And then she was like, on top of that, you start a brand new job that requires you to drive to work when you ain't drove to work in 5 years. So to have to in 5 years, I haven't driven my car for real. Unless I went to the gym, take my mom to lunch, or went to go run and do something. But for the most part, consistently every day on that road, not a thing. It wasn't a thing for 5 years. So my mom was like, you put too much stress on your body, and then you gotta go past the place where you hit a tree. In 2017, I hit a tree and damn near killed myself. I didn't hit the tree on purpose. Me and the Escalade met each other. We kissed. And the Escalade was like, fly! And I hit a fucking tree. And
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just the way you described it was funny. I'm sorry.
and I mean, by the grace of God, I'm still walking, talking, and living and everything. But my mom was like, you suppressed that memory. So now you're reliving that memory every time you drive past it. Little do she know, I fly past that area.
Wait, that's
Probably not the smartest thing to do because that's how I ended up having an accident because some asshole was flying past everybody in a Mustang and cut off traffic, which is what caused me and the Escalade to hit each other and caused me to hit the tree. But she was right though. I spent a lot of time suppressing that memory that it's creeping back up on me, which is honestly My advice is, if you feel like you need help, don't feel weak because you feel like you need help. The amount of sad shit I see on social media, people unaliving themselves and doing harmful stuff to themselves because they're afraid to go get therapy. They're afraid to say they need help, or people are making fun of them because they need help. You know what I mean? Like that type of life that a lot of people unfortunately are living. I hate it for them because I have a supportive group. You know, so they might make fun of me every now and again, but I have a supportive group that will be there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, in all honesty, that's my advice. Get some help, get some therapy if you need it. Um, I will say I'm in better spirits. I feel a lot better, and I'm happy to know that I got a doctor to give a damn about my life. Cause I give her credit. Dr. Ola, you the truth. That's my dog. Cause she gave a fuck about me. She really did. My mom was like, yeah, I like how she worked. Like she taking every precautionary step to make sure she keep you healthy, keep you safe, and keep your life. You know what I mean? But enough about my slappy shit. You know what I mean? How you been, big dog?
Well, I'm all right. Got over my little sickness. That
Oh
was,
yeah, you was sick.
my little 2.5 days of sickness. Still feel a little bit of mucusy around yonder,
Word, word.
but that's comes with getting over an illness.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's wintertime. I was talking to one of my managers yesterday and talking about my ankle or my injury from the past. Um, I realized that after my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
my ankle started hurting more. Like it,
It's
like
not. It's not.
it's not funny, but like even though like because we was talking, and I said it, and I just said it so casual. It was like, yeah, after I turned, after my birthday, I just started feeling my ankle hurting
You
more.
say. Yeah. See how he didn't want to say his
I
age.
didn't.
I don't know why he's so embarrassed.
24.
I don't know why he's so embarrassed to say his
I'm
age.
44. After I turned 44, I started feeling my ankle more.
God blessed him to make it a 44.
It Yes, all black men, especially ones growing up in inner cities,
A
you
lot
know,
of them don't make it a 40. A
a
lot of them
lot of them
don't
don't
make it a
make it at
50.
18, 21, but
So
yeah, because during I'm still crying from you pulling that out. But like I was on vacation for 2 weeks. Um, Went back to work. As soon as I got back to work, got sick like a week and a half after work, and was basically in bed for like 2 days, or just around the house for 2 days, not really, and then get back to work yesterday and was back to my routine of rounding and doing, and the end of the night my ankle was just help me get off me.
it's time for you to schedule you a doctor's appointment then.
Yeah, yeah,
Black men, doctors, please go to doctors. I'm getting tired of y'all saying, "Oh, I don't need no doctor." I'm scared of doctors. Doctors tell you things and then you die. Yeah.
yeah, that, and then I need to get my I need to find my little copper sleeve for my ankle at.
See, they was trying to find regimens to avoid going to the doctor.
No,
Y'all
I'm not.
kill
I'm not
me.
trying to avoid going to the doctor. It's just
When the last time you been to the doctor?
in
2000,
this lifetime. I don't remember 2000.
2023 was the last time he went to see a
Yeah,
doctor. You know how I know? Because I made him make an appointment. He ain't went since then. You, as a black man, are supposed to see your doctor every 3 to 6 months so they can check your heart rate, your blood levels. You're 40. I'm 30. We unfortunately have to do those steps. I just got on Brandon and I was telling him I'm about
yeah.
to start.
I've had my colon checked when I
You
was
did.
when
He did.
before I turned 30. I had that checked.
You just have it checked when you turn 40?
Hmm.
Didn't they just check it when you turn 40?
What, my colon?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Didn't you just have another colonoscopy? I could have sworn you did. Before we moved here, you got one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so he did that and
Yeah.
he's good.
Because colon cancer does somewhat run in my family. Not. It's not like prevalent, but I do have a couple of distant cousins that have passed from colon cancer.
Yeah.
And once again, that is a prevalent thing in the black community, along with diabetes, high blood pressure.
heart attack,
stroke.
And then the worldly thing that everybody got is dementia and Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, yeah. So,
Why do black people call it Alzheimer's? It's not even Alzheimer's. It's Alzheimer's. Or how the fuck they say it? We still
I was about to say, you don't
is it
even really...
Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's? I don't know.
I'll call it Alzheimer's.
Old-timers.
Old-timers. I think it's pronounced Alzheimer's, though.
And, you can't leave off the sugar.
Diabetes.
Yeah. That's not...
But I learned that they lie and say that it's heavy in the black community, but that's actually not true. High cholesterol, heart attack, strokes, diabetes, that's actually just a worldly thing.
Yeah.
It's heavy in men in general. It's not as heavy in women. It's very heavy in men. But that's usually because men don't go get their labs checked often. So they find out last minute that they got diabetes, high cholesterol, or had a heart attack or a stroke because y'all don't get y'all labs done. I see more women getting their blood drawn at my age and younger and my mama's age than I do see men, unless they're 76 and they doctor like, hey, we ain't got a blood sample from you in 50 years, brother. We need you to go and get that done. I know people are skeptical of giving their DNA to a hospital. I know.
I'm not skeptical of giving it to a hospital. I'm more skeptical of giving it to like 23andMe.
Oh, yeah, I never will give my DNA to 23andMe. I thought about it so many times, like, oh, I would love to know. But nope.
But yeah.
But a lot of times that's how you find out. Like my doctor I had 2 blood samples drawn. One for my iron autoimmune deficiency disorder. That's how they seen how low my hemoglobin was. And the second one was to check all my functionings, my kidney, my liver, my electrolytes, my thyroids, all of that stuff they checked through my blood. And by the grace of God, all of it was in the green. Some of them was a little high in the green, and some was right in that middle. But it was still in the green. One of them was like really pinching the green. It was pinching the end, like between yellow and green, but it was still there. And I was actually surprised. Because I for sure thought this shit was going to come back. Not in my kidney or liver and stuff like that. I knew those would be fine. But I for sure thought like my electrolytes was going to be like, bitch, you need some hydration. But it didn't. It came, being iron deficient, you're scared of, once you see that level's low, you're scared of any other level being low at that point. But, I'm sorry, continue. Wait.
I totally forgot where. Talking about continue, I totally forgot where.
Advice, but you always give.
Oh yeah, same advice. Drink water, mind your business, you live longer.
Somebody said that recently. Mind your business and you live longer. And I just bust out laughing. You were asleep when they said it too. I just bust out laughing because I looked dead at you when they said it. Soon as they said it, I looked dead at you, just bust out laughing.
It's a known fact. You might butt into somebody's business. You ain't got no business in. You ain't got no business being
in business. But
and person that you're butting in and might turn and put it on you and do some bodily harm to you.
Because I seen this old white man, they was asking him what's kept him living for so long. And he said, I've seen my father be an evil motherfucker, basically. But also minding everybody's goddamn business. All up in people's business. And he was like, shit, he died. So I decided to mind my business and stay to myself, be happy, and look at me. I might be old, but I'm still here.
Right, because when you mind other people's business, you start to
put more stress on
stress on you. Yeah, thank you. Because I was, but yes,
you get to thinking too much about what they could have did, what they should have did, how they should have did it.
Right.
No, some people be dragging you in their business too.
Yeah. That's a little bit that's a little different. I mean, just going blatantly out your way to button somebody's business.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying if you see something that's bad, don't help out.
Well,
there's an exception to the rule.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, if I see a motherfucker robbing the store, gots to go.
Oh yeah.
I ain't about to sit here and try to. I carry my own little mouse tool, But I ain't about to up my mouse too, unless there's children in that store and the children's lives are in danger. If me and them kids can't get out, you other adults is on your motherfucking own. But if I can't get the kids out safely, then I'm gonna up the mouse too and have to do the food because I protects the kids and elderly folks. But if you are in mind, able, body, and sound, you better get your ass out on your own.
Mind, able, body, and sound.
It probably didn't make sense, but it did to me. But
It made perfect sense.
But yeah, no, it's certain things. Now, bad kids at the grocery store, I just chuckle and get a parent's the eye, cause baby, what is you doing?
You ain't gonna be like grandpa and give him the
I give him a belt.
give the mama the belt.
What she say? She said, huh? He said, she said, she said, nah, I done told you in here acting. She was whooping that little boy ass. That scene was funny. But anyway, that was the check-in. And after the check-in, we jump into the
topic of discussion.
So today's topic of discussion is
in-laws.
In-laws.
Live with them or live without them, man.
Oh, in my case, I'm living without them. No pun intended.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Very unfortunate. Damn, man, that kind of sucked. No, it don't kind of suck. It definitely sucked.
It definitely sucks.
I'll never get.
Because I know you and my mama would get along. Like the way you and Aunt Geneva get along, you and my mama would definitely get along.
And your daddy would love me just because I'm smoking hot. No, he get where the joke was because of his dad. Yeah, but he hated it. Oh, his daddy was a Rolling Stone. God rest his soul. God rest his soul.
They said something at work yesterday, and somebody got upset with me because KU hospital, they go out and put wreaths on the tombstones at Leavenworth, and that's where my dad's buried. I was like, I hope they don't put no wreath on my dad's tombstone. Somebody was like, oh, why? I was like, because he's Muslim. Even though it says it on his tombstone, and it has the crescent moon and the star on his tombstone.
You know, people don't be giving a damn.
They don't.
Going on there. Have you been to go see your father's?
Not in a while. Not in a while.
You know, this conversation, and we're gonna get into the topic. Well, we are in a topic of discussion. I guess.
Talking about in-laws, your in-laws.
Right. The crazy thing is about death, right? Because unfortunately, as y'all can figure out, both his parents have passed away. One is buried, one is in an urn. Right?
Something like an urn. It's just a box.
Damn. Okay. One is in a box and the other one's in a ground box. They're both in boxes. It's just one's underneath and one's still out here floating amongst the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the weird thing, you know, with your in-laws. Cause like for example, right? God forbid, but let's just say both your parents were still living, right? And we got married, or we was just, you know, POA type of shit, right? And let's say your parents, or even my parents, let's talk my biological father, because that nigga's still alive. Let's talk about him. Let's say that nigga died, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say he wanted to be buried, but my evil ass wanted to cremate him. As my spouse, his in-law, son-in-law, do you support my decision to burn this nigga, or do you support his decision to put him underneath?
That is a tough one.
Because remember, you are the son-in-law.
To be truthful, it would have to. I wouldn't have no say to be between you and your siblings.
But what if I ain't had no siblings? Well, I do got siblings. But let's say I didn't have no siblings.
The decision is yours. It's your parent.
That's fucked up. That fool said, "Minding my business."
Minding my business. But you know.
Would you agree with it?
Yeah.
With my decision to decide the cremating versus burying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't agree with it. Even if you can't stand that motherfucker, and your father said I want to be buried, and you cremated him, I'd be mad at you. I ain't gonna overpower you and make you feel guilty about it, but I'd be mad at you for it because you were defying
His
their
wishes.
final wishes.
Yeah, I understand it.
You know, you can defy your own goddamn final wishes, but you shouldn't defy nobody else's final wishes. And it's kind of, it's the same as like Miss Pat was on her show and she was talking, not her show, I'm sorry. It was another person's show, and they were saying they had never seen a stud funeral. And I said, a stud funeral? Then they made me think, because I have a few gay women in my family, probably some gay men too, but we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. And I was thinking, I have 2 gay cousins that I know for sure they dress like me. And I said to myself, are we gonna dress them in women clothes or men clothes? Because I was thinking, I'm like, I know for a fact the OG, Cousin Vic, she'd come back from the grave and haunt our ass. We put her in a dress. Better put her in a suit. I'm telling you, they better put her in a suit. Because if I'm alive when she passed away and I go to that funeral and they put that woman in a dress, I'm going to tell her, hey, cuz, it wasn't me. I ain't had no part in that. I ain't getting haunted. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I say as an in-law. Well, first of all, you just sit here and giggle. If we went to like one of my stud cousins' funeral, and I told you they was a stud,
I
you
go up
see them
there
in a
in
dress?
a dress.
What you gonna do?
She about to haunt somebody.
Hey, cause listen,
She gonna come back and haunt somebody.
definitely, cause in-laws, to me, okay. So here's the thing: in-laws to me are people that you consider actual family, though, because you have siblings, right? I have siblings. And this is no shade. I don't know all his siblings. So I'm not going to consider his siblings my in-laws or anything like that because I don't know them like that. And the same thing for him. If he decided I own, you know what I'm saying? I know him, but I ain't fucking with him like that. I can't get mad at him for he say they're not his in-laws, and I guess technically speaking, is it sibling-in-law? Is that what it is? Sister-in-law, brother-in-law,
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah.
I feel like in-laws are only people that treat you like family. Like your Aunt Geneva, that's my auntie-in-law, because I love her.
That ain't your auntie-in-law, that's your auntie.
You know what I'm saying? That's my auntie in love. You dig me? And then all her kids, at least her daughters, because I haven't met Reese.
Yeah.
But her daughters welcome me with open arms. Unfortunately, I think whose daughter passed away?
Cookie, hers.
Yeah, Cookie.
Well, Cookie, her daughter passed away.
Didn't
and then,
Cookie just pass? Like last year?
Yeah, last year, a couple years ago. But then Aunt Geneva's daughter, Portia's youngest daughter, Robin.
That's what it was. Portia's daughter had passed away too. That's what I was trying to remember because I remember somebody's child. But even still, like her daughters, the 3 that's still here, they all had showed me love. They ain't never act no funny. One of them still watch. One of them still watches everything I post on Facebook. Aunt Geneva do too. But them are the type of in-laws I would accept. Unfortunately for me, he don't have a lot of people in my family that he probably can consider in-law. Maybe my mama, my siblings, my stepdad. You could technically consider him an in-law. Cause we ain't gonna get into that. But But
I met thousands of cousins. I'm just saying thousands. I can't remember how many of them.
Oh, my cousins. He's met pretty much all of my cousins.
And you'll get to meet a lot of mine this summer.
Yeah, I think you have met them all.
Who, you?
No, I think you've met them all. Let me see. You met Michael or Keisha, Tika.
While she's counting, there's a whole lot. I'm not even gonna count how many cousins.
Have you met the Eons, Keon and Dion?
Mm-hmm.
Have you met Zach?
I believe so.
Light skinned brother.
I believe so.
You met his mother, Nikki.
Was she either at the funeral?
She was at my aunt's funeral.
Okay,
her their older sister's funeral. Yeah, she on the silver boots with the button on her head.
Don't remember none of that.
looking like a hot ass
But I was
mess.
about
But
to
that's
say,
neither here nor there.
if they was either at the funeral or at that, was that a family reunion
Child, that wasn't no motherfucking family
or
reunion. That
just a
was a
family
family dinner.
or family get together,
Yeah,
whatever?
that was
Yeah.
a family dinner. They told me that was a family. That was Smith and Stewart family reunion. Where?
I can't wait for our family reunion, for my family
Child,
reunion.
I'm gonna be overwhelmed. You got too many people in your family. Let me tell y'all something. My family big, but it ain't big. Like my immediate family is huge for me, but my extended family and like them niggas over there, them niggas over there, them niggas over there, them niggas, it's huger. Like my grandfather's side is big. My biological father's side is kind of sort of big. Like them scattered out like roaches. You heard me? And then you let me see. Yeah, I want to say my grandma's side was small. You know, her side was small, but then my grandpa's side was kind of big. So that's them two are my immediate family, technically. So that's why I said that my immediate family is kind of big, but then the extended family is fucking huge. I don't even know all these people. You know what I mean? I got an uncle that got 7 daughters, and then his daughters got daughters and sons, and then I got my grandpa. I don't know. That nigga had a lot of kids, man. I can't keep up. It's too many of them.
Yeah, my family is huge. Grandparents together had 8 kids, and
Let me see if I can
then
remember them
hold
all.
on, wait, was it 9 kids? And then my grandfather had one outside the
Let
marriage.
me see if I can remember all. So we got Willie, Franklin,
No.
no Roosevelt. I'm sorry,
Yep.
Roosevelt, Amos,
Mm-hmm.
Oliver,
Yep.
Mary, Polly, Ollie, Geneva. Oh, it's one more. Come on. Is it a girl?
Uh-uh.
It's a boy, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
The one I look like.
why is his name not coming to my head? What's his first initial?
T.
Tony. No,
Yep.
yeah, Tony.
Yep.
Look
It's
at
10.
me.
Yeah, it is 10. So
And I
yeah.
used to ask, y'all can ask me, I used to struggle trying to remember all their names because I used to be like, hold on. Now, Polly Ollie, easy. Polly Ollie, that's easy. I always remember Polly Ollie, Mary, and Geneva because it's only 4 girls.
Yep.
But the 6 boys, Oliver and Oliver, easy. But I struggled with Amos, Roosevelt, and Tony. I always struggle with them. Willie, sometimes I can remember Willie's name, sometimes I couldn't. But his family's huge compared to
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them.
So 10 kids from the grandparents, and then all their kids, then all their kids,
Yeah,
and then
because let's
all their
see.
kids.
Mary got 2.
Yep.
Willie got.
Let's not even go through this because I really can't even tell. Matter of fact,
I think Willie got like 4. We can get into it another time,
is it
yeah.
here?
No, Willie's is not in here.
No, not here. I was seeing my mom's Bible, but I think it's still with her. She has everything in the back of her Bible from up to, I want to say, the grandkids, like my generation.
Damn.
Yeah, she wrote it all in the back of the Bible, pretty much our family tree. And yeah, it's a lot.
I think
It's
Willie had 4 or 5.
let me see.
All in all, I think his grandparents,
It's a lot of us.
I think collectively your grandparents have over 30 grandkids. I want to say.
Yeah, something
Because
like that.
Geneva herself got 5.
Four.
She got
Five
5.
got 5. Yeah, I'm
She
sorry.
got 5. And Willie got 5 or 6. Polly had 3. Ollie had 2.
Ollie had 2.
Um,
Amos has
too many to count. I think he's the one with the most
4 or
kids.
5.
I think he's the one with the most kids, actually.
Roosevelt had, I believe, 2.
Okay, maybe they got close to 20, 25.
Tony had 2. Oliver has 3. Junior has 1.
Yeah, so they got like close to 20,
Yeah.
25. But back to the in-law situation. But to me, that's what in-laws are. In-laws are people that you consider family from the spouse's side.
And don't nobody hate me or get mad at me because I messed up the counts. It's a lot of y'all. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah, he got too many. I can count all my cousins, like my first cousins. I can't count the second or the third though.
And not to just get off subject or anything, we have family members that have been that are not family members, but they are family members.
Oh, everybody got that.
You know what I'm saying? But there is a lot of them, a whole lot of them.
Like, I probably technically have 30 to 40 cousins. And I have at least, and I'm talking about first generation cousins, and I have at least 10 of them just on my mama's side, I think. Great cousins? Shit. Or whatever you call them cousins.
Second cousins.
What do you call them? Great? No. Them the second. But what do you call the cousins of the cousins? So basically, my cousin Michael has a child, right? His child has a child. That's my third cousin.
Mm-hmm.
That's my great cousin then.
Yeah. You know what always confused me?
Mm.
It was maybe like my second cousin twice removed. Like, wait, what?
That's your fourth cousin.
I don't.
Second cousin twice removed is just like the fourth cousin.
I never understood that.
It's stupid. But yeah, in-laws, man, you know, what do you consider in-laws? Because my preference is that I gotta consider you fam bam.
Yeah, I was gonna say like fam bam or like your close.
See how you use my word?
Your close immediate family.
Okay, so like your spouse's immediate family, you would consider in-laws.
Because like Terrence is not technically my brother, but you guys can call each other brother-in-law, sister-in-law. You know what I'm saying?
I'll call him a hoe.
It's same with Jessica too.
Speaking of her, I was talking to her on the Facebooks, and we was talking about. I was like, yeah, we gotta actually physically see each other because you know FaceTime is only FaceTime. She was like, yeah, y'all should come down next year. I said, girl, I don't do the code. Looks like it have to be during the summertime.
That's what I keep telling everybody. Like, won't you come up for your birthday? You and your lady come up here for your birthday. I was like, no. It might not be as cold as it is always on my birthday. But yeah, no.
I don't do the cold weather, honey. And it's a shocker that I'm still here in Kansas City because I don't do the cold weather.
And Minnesota is where they make the cold.
That in Colorado, cold as ass cheeks up there. Yeah. I'm talking about ass cheeks without a blanket on it. Cold up there.
But yeah, in-laws, yeah. Because technically, if you wanted to, you could call Lonnie your father-in-law. Because I do consider him my father.
Yeah.
But he's not technically my father, but he did raise me.
He's your stepdad. Yeah. I got a stepdad. You know.
So I would say it depends on who like you would call family.
Here's another question for you. Your sister's married. Right? Mm-hmm. Your sister's married, right? Mm-hmm. So Rob's family is her in-laws. Mm-hmm. Are them your in-laws?
I consider them my in-laws. At the wedding, we was saying that. We was calling each other that.
Because I was sitting here thinking to myself. Because
his two sisters and his brother, yeah, we was calling.
Okay, see, you referring to siblings and parents, right? That you would consider in-laws. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the whole fucking family.
I don't know his whole family.
Like, if he had a favorite cousin or a favorite auntie, would you be like, "Hey, cousin"?
I would show him respect and call him cousin or call him,
not
the auntie.
What's your name, ma'am? Call me rude. I ain't going that far.
I don't know. That's just like
the buck stops for me after your family. Her extended family, that's her extended family.
Yeah.
I ain't Rob is brother-in-law because that's her husband. Right. But anything outside of them two, so which means her husband's people, it's not my people. I would be respectful. I would say hello, but I ain't saying in-law. I ain't calling you auntie. I ain't calling you cousin. I ain't calling you none of that. What's your name? Joseph. Hey, how you doing, Joseph? Now, your sister's family is my in-laws because them your people.
Mm-hmm. I can be all in my face and pointing.
I know, right? My bad.
But you know what's crazy? Rob's mom's name is Mary.
God damn.
I found that the funniest thing at the wedding when I met her. I was like, "You
Mama
good
Mary,
girl."
how you doing? How you doing, Mama Mary?
Like if my mom was still alive, like
Now don't get me wrong.
it'd
I
be
love the
Mary,
older
Mary.
generation, so they always get love from me. They always get love from me. If you about 60 and up, oh, I got nothing but love for you, baby. Especially if you're funny. But
And that's pretty much my whole family.
yeah, but yeah, I just can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
like because
It's too much.
it's gonna be interesting when at the family reunion to see who all comes.
When is the family reunion?
4th of July. Yep.
You know, black people like to do stuff.
I
Where
know.
they doing it
I to be determined.
They better do it somewhere in the United States.
No, it's gonna be here.
Oh, in Kansas City?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank Lord.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Kansas City. I say to be determined because I don't know what park or whatnot.
Oh, they want to pick parks and shit. Why can't black? There's another thing, in-laws. Every time an in-law throws something, in-laws want to do shit at a park.
Hey,
And you know what it is? It's because they don't want all you funky mouth motherfuckers.
at their house. I was just gonna say that. Like, who you want them over here or here? You want them over here?
Because let me tell y'all why I say that. Because I just had to think about it. So, brother-in-law, which is my sister's soon-to-be husband, brother-in-law wanted to throw his wife, my sister, a baby shower, right? And I would have done it, but there's two things that fucked it up. Besides me getting sick like I did, it stopped me from being able to go places and do what I needed to do. But then I also was thinking, like, I don't want all these niggas at my house. I just don't. I don't. You know, you don't even want to throw that at your house because you don't want all them niggas there. You know, and I know I got a nice big driveway, and we got a nice big driveway. Should I say? I'm sorry, I'm talking in first person, so
Got a decent sized
decent
backyard.
sized backyard. But I start thinking like, I don't really want these niggas here, but I was gonna do it, and then I got sick. And I think that was God's way of like telling me that I needed to go sit the fuck down. And plus, he probably was like, "You really don't want these niggas in your house."
But
No,
yeah,
you don't.
I don't know. All of our family reunions has always been at a park.
Here's a question.
Besides for the ones that happened before I was born, and I've seen pictures of, and
Yeah.
the family was still a little smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a question. At your family reunion, anybody ever get into a fight? You ain't gotta tell the story, but I'm just asking.
Fist fight, no. Arguments, hell yeah.
Okay, see, this is how I know his family differs from mine. I think it's because when you got a super big family, it's almost impossible for everybody to be fighting. Mainly cause it's never gonna end.
No.
When you got a smaller family,
I don't think that fight still ever ended from back in the day.
nah, they really didn't. But see, didn't something kick off at that family dinner? But it wasn't our family though. Now that I think about it, it wasn't our family that kicked that off.
No.
It was some stranger that I still don't know who the little motherfucker was. Um, but even still, man, it's nothing about having small families, right? When you got small families, they like to bring around motherfuckers you don't know and be like, "Oh, this cousin such and such. Who coochie they came out of?
Sorry.
Who coochie they came out of?
Yeah.
Tell me which one, cause I only got 4 aunties and one. Well, technically on my mama's side, I got 3 aunties and my mama and then an uncle. Technically on my mama's side, on my granddaddy's side, it's another story. And then on my biological daddy's side, it's another story. It's a lot of them mother. Damn, I do got a lot of aunts and uncles now that I think about it. I think I got like 15 aunts and oh god, damn.
Yeah, I think I'm up there too.
Let me see. And my grandma, she got them 3 girls, and then grandpa, he got 2 more girls, and then he got 4 sons, 9. And then my other granddaddy on the other side, he got Albert, Alvin again. What's the other nigga name? Greg. what's the face? God damn. It is a lot of them.
Did
I
you?
got 17.
I was about to say, did you just get close to 20?
I got 17. That is close to 20.
Yeah,
I got
that's close to 20.
17 aunts and uncles. God damn, my grandparents were out there.
Yeah, I got.
They nasty.
I
I'm
got.
starting thinking about it. These old people was nasty back in the day. You know what? Black Dynamite. Remember when he was like, when they was talking about the Jackson 5?
Mm-hmm.
In that cartoon episode, he said, wasn't nothing to do in Gary, Indiana, but besides go to work and fuck.
Basically. Yeah.
That's all he was doing back in the day.
Hey, between both of my parents, their siblings, I think it's 14 or 15 of them.
God damn. That's crazy work when you think about it, though. But no, what I was gonna say though is like I just get tired of that though. Quit saying somebody my cousin. If they ain't came out of not a nail coochie or ball sack of somebody that birthed to somebody that helped birth that had a part of me being birthed, don't fucking say they family. I don't know them. If they ain't a part of my grandpa nutsack and my grandma coochie, I don't know them. And by grandpa, I do mean both sides, unfortunately. Biological grandparents. Both my granddaddies and both my grandmothers. If it ain't came out of they hoo-ha and his nutsack, them ain't my family. I don't, because it got to start there. Like, it got to come from them. So that kid that came from them, they had a kid. And that kid that came from them could have possibly had a kid. But don't get to talk about some, oh, this is your grandma friend Aunt Maylene from down the street. That ain't my motherfucking auntie. And I don't know her. I don't know them raggedy ass kids that you talking about. I don't know them folk.
Just wait till you go to Minnesota.
No, it's different when if I accept it. But like for example, I hate when my aunt Chrissy good at this. My mama will specifically say she don't want us around specific people because of how they are or who they are. They'll always try to say yo auntie or yo uncle or one thing that really pissed me off is this man named Jesse. He died. They used to always say your grandpa Jesse. I don't know that nigga, and I only got 2 grandpas, and they both now are deceased. I don't know nobody named Jesse. My grandfather's name was Clarence and Alvin. I don't know no other goddamn names. Them the only 2 names I knew. And the only 2 nutsacks that had a help in creating me. Other than that, I don't know no other grandpa. Because they'll never be like, oh, this your grandma such and such. You ever notice how disrespectful people get when it comes like the grandma versus grandpa or men versus women? In-laws be tripping. In-laws be tripping low key when you think about it. Because y'all be on some weird shit. We in difference of opinion if y'all ain't figured that out by now. But in-laws be tweaking. Because check this out. You will never hear a motherfucker disrespect your grandma and say somebody your grandma that ain't your grandma. But you'll hear a motherfucker disrespect your grandpa and say this your grandpa such and such. That's disrespectful. Reason being, just because grandma moved on with Larry, don't make Larry my granddaddy. My granddaddy's still such and such. Now, step parents is one thing. That's normal. Stepdaddy, stepmama. That's not, I ain't never in my life ever seen nobody say that's your step grandpa or your step grandma. So when people be trying to push that, this your grandpa on me, I hate that. I only know 2. I only know 2 sets of nutsacks that helped me be born. That's it. And I feel like they always get disrespectful when it comes to the men aspect of it. Always. Or forcing somebody to be your uncle that ain't even your motherfucking uncle. It's very rare. Like, I ain't never seen my mama be like, oh, this your auntie such and such, unless they really my auntie. But I sure have heard people always try to say, oh, this your uncle such and such from such and such. Who the hell is he? Where he come from? And it might just be my family because, not everybody's family be on that type of time. But I'm just saying, I hate when people push another motherfucker on you because that's their in-law. That's not my fucking family. That's your in-law. You know what I mean? Like, who my aunt got married to. She got married to my cousin's them daddy, had 3 kids with him. Boom. That's they in-law. That's her in-laws. That's they cousins, they aunties and shit over there. Don't push them people on me. I don't know them people. Your kids are my cousins because we share blood through our grandma. But they family? Them ain't my in-laws. I don't know them people. You know what I'm saying? Quit trying to push. Stop trying to push your in-laws on people, bruh. Them your in-laws. That ain't my grandpa, that ain't my uncle, that ain't my auntie. I don't know none of them folk over there. Them ain't my cousins. Now, some people that she said was my cousins, I did find out later on they really were my cousins because they were related to my biological father's side as well, which also kind of threw me off because I'm like, Kansas is a small place. Missouri and Kansas really is small. Because if you grew up here, you knew everybody damn near. When I tell you my mama know a lot of folks, I'm like, how do you even know them? What were you doing back in the day? But because back in the day, they used to go bed to kick it. They used to be out kicking it, having fun without all that fa. Which is how these in-laws came about. Because they was out there having fun, a little too much fun. It was popping out babies. Pew, 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 and the in-laws was being created. But I don't like that. Don't I don't really like the term in-law no way, so that's why I say brother-in-law because it's funny to say brother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? I just like the way that sound. And I'm ghetto the way I say it. Brother-in-law. Brother-in-law.
What was that? Soul Food or something? I totally forget. It was a movie where a white dude kept saying like brother-in-law, and they was like, "Oh, you must have been watching too much Soul Food or something."
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I had to look that up later. But yeah, no.
But yeah, my side of the family, well, my family, yeah, I do have some people that I give the respect to. I call them auntie, call them uncle. Well, it's only like one dude I call uncle. It's not my uncle. My uncle Junior, his mother, we did call her Grandma Bessie. I love Grandma Bessie.
See, that's the thing. You love her though. That's normal.
And nobody's ever pushed that. Like she never told us to call her Grandma
I guess
Bessie.
that's what my problem is don't be pushing. Let me grow that relationship with somebody to feel like, because you ain't never pushed me to call Jessica or Terrence or even your sister-in-law, brother-in-law. Like you ain't never pushed that in agenda. Like I just don't push that on nobody.
Yeah. Grandma Bessie, she never pushed that with
Grandma Betsy crazy.
With with any of us. She was just a lovely spirit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the oldest black name I've ever heard.
And hey, well, I tell you one thing, my grandfather did have a type.
Did
he? Even though my grandmother was, native, and Grandma Bessie was, I think she was native and black, but she was hot yellow.
You know what's crazy? Is most people grandpa had a thing for high yellow. If they was dark skinned, they had a thing for that high yellow girl. Except for my grandpa. That man loved the rainbow.
Yeah, my great grandfather, who was basically white, his wife was the darkest native on the reservation.
And the crazy thing is, my grandpa ain't brown skinned, by the way. He light skinned. And usually light skinned brothers back in the day went for the chocolate chicks. So I used to think to myself, and I think that's why when I was growing up, I used to have a fascination for light skinned men, because my grandfather was light skinned with a beard. So I think I had a fascination for that because of my grandfather. You know, that's why I love beards, because of my grandpa.
All right, so I've kind of had this theory in my mind that most men go for women that are somewhat similar to their mother. Light skin, glasses. You know what I'm saying? But then also I kind of like biracial men that whose mother was white.
Daddy black.
A lot of them have white women. I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of them have white women.
And
like
if they got a black mama with a white daddy, they usually go for black women.
A black woman. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Like if you sit back and think about it.
Cause look at Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. Like if you even though there are some exceptions to the rule,
look at Cuba Gooding Jr.
And some people don't really, but if you really sit back and think about it, like even with your spouse, think about your spouse and how your spouse does your spouse.
That also makes sense too, because look at Barack Obama. He is exception to the rule. His mama was white, daddy was black. He went for that black thing.
And not to say it's like a sexual thing, but it's like a comfort thing.
It's
You know
not
what
a
I'm saying?
racial thing either. It's just,
Yeah, it's. But
you know.
I've really sat back and thought about that and had that theory. I think I started that when I was like 17. I
But
thought
yeah,
about that.
and it's weird because I used to always like my siblings. My sister love her a good chocolate brother. I'm talking about a good chocolate brother. She don't really go for the light brights, damn near whites. No, she love a good chocolate brother. And she a brown skin thing, beautiful brown skin thing. And I used to think to myself like, what is wrong with me and my siblings? We go for our color. Like I was high yellow. I'm a little darker than what I used to be. Or I'm a little darker, yeah, than what I used to be because I used to be light. I mean, light, damn near white. And actually, when I was born, I was pale. I ain't really start getting dark till I was like 5. That's another story for another day. But like my brother was the only one. He'd go for a brown skin, light skin, dark skin, just not the white skin. But he would go for anything that was black. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really have a preference when it came to like their skin tone. But as I got older, I started paying attention. I'm like, nigga, am I a colorist? Like, what is this? I used to start questioning myself because I'm like, and then I started thinking about, I was like, nah, I couldn't be a colorist because I found men, sorry, baby, but I found men like Idris Elba, Michael Jai White. I thought there was some fine ass men back in the day. Lamont Rucker. Them chocolate brothers had a sister in the chokehold.
You are no longer able to watch Black Dynamite,
I'm crying.
even the cartoon
Now,
version. No.
now today's Michael Jai White, I ain't really all that attracted to. But back in the day, that brother was something. Same thing with Idris Elba. He got a little older, and I'm like, lost my touch on them brothers. They still handsome though. Don't get me wrong, they still handsome. But I was like, but that's when I started thinking. I was like, no, you couldn't be a colorist because you found them attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
men that I didn't find attractive that most women do, not because they ain't cute. Michael Ealy, Shamar Moore, Morris Chestnut, Boris Kojo, Denzel Washington. I ain't really find them all like they was all over them. I was into the Method Mans, the Lawrence Tates, the Idris Elbas, the Michael Jai Whites. You know what I'm saying? I had a thing for some rough neck, tough neck looking ass niggas. I just did. And pretty boys occasionally, because Lawrence Tate's more of a pretty boy. But, I had to sit back and think, like, nah, you ain't a colorist. You just a damn fool. These light brights gonna kill you one day. No, I had a bad run in with a lot of light brights. I really did. It didn't work out.
And that's why you came over to the brown.
No,
No, I'm just playing.
no.
But
I had to realize that I did. But I don't know how the hell we got on this topic of versus in laws.
oh, because I brought it with um people's spouses kind of favor that their
Oh,
their parents or
yeah, I don't know
something.
how we derailed completely. But what else do you have to add a difference of opinion? Because
I
this whole episode's been a mess. I'm
hey,
sorry.
it's all right. It's cool. It's good content.
It's just crazy because I really had to I'm dead serious, y'all. I used to think I was a colorist. I really thought growing up I used to think I was a colorist because I used to be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Not me. I've dated just about everything, every race under the sun. My mom used to make the joke like, if she can't use your comb, you can't bring her home. And I'd be like, Mama, they can use your comb. I had real fine hair. Um, she always used to try to push me to get with an Indian, red dot, not feather.
Red dot not fella is crazy work.
She was like, "Oh, they're such beautiful women.
They
You should
are.
try to get one." Da 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 da. It's like, Mom, I don't know none of them in Minnesota.
No, for real. They are beautiful women though. They are. They're very beautiful.
Yeah, but
My mama had me cracking up. If it's pink and stink, don't bring it here.
mm-mm-mm. Yeah,
But
but
that
and at the same time, my mom never really like she like I said, she would joke about they can't use their comb, bring them home. Hey, my
I
mom did
hate to say
not
that
care
anybody can use your comb.
because hell, our family is so diverse. How could you really be racist with
That's
a
the
diverse
thing.
family.
My family ain't diverse. I got one cousin that got mixed babies. The rest of them straight black and native technically, because we do have native in our blood. Because our grandparents have native. Well, my great grandmother is full blooded Cherokee. Nothing else in her. Full blooded.
Choctaw.
And you can look dead at her and you can see it, because that woman hair was thick.
Mm.
That's where I get my hands from. Her. And my grandfather, my great grandfather, because his hands was big too, from what I heard. But he was something, I forget exactly what native blood he had in him. I don't know if it was Blackfoot or what it was. I always forget. But he was the black. That's where we got the black from. His ass. Because if he would have been full blood native, more than likely, well, no, I probably would have been mixed with some black. Cause my mama, my mama still would have been who she would have been, and my grandma would have still been who she would have been, because But I ain't gonna put their business out there. But the point is, my whole family really is pretty much black.
Yeah, mine is very diverse from the top of the tree to the bottom of the tree, especially with me.
They really pretty much, most of them, yeah.
Like both of my parents are half breeds.
Technically, I'm a half breed, but I don't consider being Native American and black a half breed. I think that's all black.
Yeah, but I'd see it as half
Technically, it
breeds
is a half
because
breed, yes.
because I only have basically I think one grandparent that was born in this country.
I guess legally, yes, I'm a half breed. Legally, because my biological father's Native American too. I don't know which blood he got in him, but I know he's Native American too. But I guess, yeah,
Yeah,
technically.
you wouldn't be half breed. You'd be more of mixed.
No, I'll be a half breed. My mother's 50 and or a quarter, and
That's
he's a
the,
quarter.
but the that wouldn't that doesn't equal half though.
If they're both 50-50, and I get his blood and I get her blood of Native, that would technically make it 50-50.
Yeah.
If he's really half blooded Native, like my mama is, then yeah. Because my mother's father is half. My grandfather's half, my grandmother's half.
Yeah, because my
And
grandmother's
technically, no, my grandma's more than half, because her father was half. He was full black and some type of Native, and then her mother was 100%. So she was more than half because of her mother and her father being. So she was technically considered more Native than anything. But the point is, I guess I'm technically mixed. I guess.
which most of black people in America are.
Are they?
Yeah.
I
Well,
think so now. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not gonna say all, but technically
About
most
80% of us are
are
mixed.
really mixed
Yeah.
because there was a lot of mixing with with the
And the
natives.
in-laws. Them in-laws.
Yeah. So
I
you know,
guess, yeah, because
like I've heard a chick back in the day said something that really pissed me off. And she was African.
mm-hmm.
I really wish that y'all black people stop saying that y'all native. Like we are. Like, do I need to show you a picture of my grandmother?
Facts. Do you want me to go pull up some pictures and show you, sweetheart? Because it was some
Like all
nasty.
y'all not native. All y'all always want to say Blackfoot and Cherokee. That's all y'all. Well, that was when we
What was
ran
prominent here? We're in Kansas.
right,
Kansas and Missouri was prominent with
this
Cherokee.
was in Minnesota.
Oh, well, Minnesota too, though.
But still, at the same time, when slaves ran away from the plantation, a lot of them sought refuge on reservations. The natives brought, welcomed the slaves in. That's just like in Mexico. You know, when
That's why there's
slaves
Afro
ran from
Latinas.
Texas, they ran to Mexico and was welcomed.
That's why we got Colombians, Brazilians,
But
Dominicans,
that's
Puerto Ricans, the Freakins. But that's all it is. It's these in-laws,
yeah,
man.
it's these in-laws. It was out back in the 50s and the 40s and
Out there,
30s
they're
and
just trickling down. But no, sum it up. In-laws can be a problem.
they can.
In-laws can be fun. In-laws is your discretion. Nobody can pick your in-laws but you. I
basically.
don't give a darn foot tail ratatouille.
Foot tail ratatouille.
If he be like, "This is my uncle Samuel," that ain't my uncle. I don't even like Samuel like that. I seen him on a motorbike driving down the street picking up. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like Uncle Samuel. But then I see Uncle, hey, what's happening, Uncle Oliver? You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the pick. That's with in-laws, you get the pick.
Yeah.
You can't pick biologically though. It don't mean you ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, kick it with them, skate with them. But biologically, you can't pick your family. Because once they share your DNA, they share your DNA. But in-laws, shit.
Yeah, you can say that we ain't family no more. I don't like
But
you.
legally,
But
y'all
legally
family.
in the eyes of God, yeah, y'all family.
If it creates incest, that's your family.
I never thought of it like that. Even basically,
If you just get frowned upon because
you and that person seeing each other. Because I'm not gonna put none of my people business out
we
there.
gonna put it all out there.
There is cousins. Like I was saying, there was people that was raised around us that we call cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And one of these cousins ended up dating my cousin.
That happens.
Even though none of us frowned upon it, but if you are not, um, if you don't know my family like that, and you used to hear like somebody say, "Oh, that's my cousin. That's my cousin." Wait, didn't they date? Wait, is that incest? Is it, oh my god! But
Because that do be happening.
yeah, but technically, ain't no blood. If they would have had children together, it wouldn't matter. It's just
If
we
that
was
bloodline ain't gonna create incest.
that person was is cousins with that person that is my cousin, and we all grew up together. And
This is why having in-laws is messy. Because you can accidentally mess with your fifth cousin by accident.
oh, that was my biggest scare when I moved down here. Since I don't
Man.
know my dad's side of the family like that.
What's your daddy name? No,
But that was one of my biggest fears when I moved down here. Was
I
like,
ain't gonna lie to you. I used to think that. I was like, man, I hope me and this Negro ain't related no way, no how. And we not.
but yeah, that was a
Because what you just gave was a good example. Like my nephew,
mm-hmm.
he shared them other people blood. Because
Yeah,
you don't even really share they blood like that.
that's my grandmother's side of the family.
Yeah, I
Because
guess. I mean, I
that's
guess you
her
take
maiden name is their last
him.
name.
Yeah, so I guess. Yeah, you share that blood. But then, like
Mm-hmm.
my nephew, I'm like, does he technically share their blood then? Because I want to say his grandma is their cousin.
Yeah, I think we told Angel Eve, and she kind of broke it down a little bit better for us.
Yeah, I don't think that they that close in family,
Yeah.
basically. But I was like, well, it don't matter to me because we ain't sharing blood whatsoever.
Right.
And
But
technically speaking, my nephew's blood is a quarter of my blood. I ain't about to break that down and explain that to y'all either. If you can't do math,
go
yeah,
back to school.
not my
But
problem.
and that is also one of like even though that was a fear of mine moving down here, that was also why I moved down here. Because I was gonna move somewhere else.
You know how that didn't sound right at all.
No, because all right, because I'm about to break it down. I was gonna move
No, I
somewhere.
know what you mean.
I was gonna move somewhere else, and me and my father got back. My father came back into my life, and we were talking. He was like, "Yeah, why don't you just move down here so you can get to know me and my family and your siblings and all that?" It's like, you know what? Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you meant, but my
yeah,
my brain is
yeah,
ignorant.
yeah. And then on the way down here, on that Greyhound, I was thinking like, what if I meet a chick and not knowing that she's his niece? You know what I'm saying? Or
That'd be
she's his his
devastating.
his cousin's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like is his cousin's daughter or something like that. Like, oh my god! And then we don't find out until after we do the do and all that.
You know which reminds me, this is one chick that said, and I think she was just playing. She said she didn't know her father.
Hmm.
She grew up without her daddy. met an older man, fell in love with said older man, and was, her and the older man was rocking, knocking the boots. She brings older man to mama's house. Mama sees older man and asks him, what is he doing here? Daughter says, this is such and such. And the mama said, girl, that's your daddy. I would have thrown up. Because you got turned every which way but loose by your
By
daddy.
your daddy. And also...
And the nasty little heifer said, I hope he really ain't my daddy.
Because
Because I don't want us
enjoyed
trying
it.
to stop. No, she said she ain't
Oh.
going to stop.
Same thing. She
That's
enjoyed it.
nasty.
But yeah, that's this is why it's good to know, even if the parents are not together, or something happened. It's always good to know your parents, both sides.
Mm-hmm. I think it always starts with at least making sure that y'all not siblings.
Yeah.
It's gross for cousins to do, but depending on what kind of cousins y'all are, y'all can just stop talking to each other and never have to see each other again. Depending on what kind of cousins y'all are. Yeah, it's kind of gross because now you know that part of your cousin. But yeah, it's definitely important to find. Because I ain't gonna lie. I showed my mama a picture yesterday. Does this young man look familiar to you, ma'am? What about these people?
What, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I said, these people look familiar to you at all, ma'am? And she was like, heck no. What's their last name? So I told her. She was like, last name sounds familiar, but we ain't got none of them in our family. I said, what about this last name? She was like, definitely no. No. If them the only two last names does he associate, I said, he's got a couple other ones. But I know we don't know them people because I ain't never heard nobody in my family with that last name.
I have a very unique last name.
No, not you. I've heard your last name plenty of times before. It's not unique at all.
It is to me.
It's not unique.
In this country, it is to me.
Yeah, maybe in this country, but it's not.
Next door.
Man, why y'all be so goddamn going loud?
They really do.
We shooting a show over here.
Quiet on set. Y'all didn't see the sign in front of the door?
No. But it is important to know your in-laws so you don't accidentally make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's at least the first 3 set. You know what I'm saying? It's important to know parents and they siblings, and then they kids, and then they kids. After like 4, 5, and 6, I don't give a fuck about all that.
And grandparents.
Because 9 out of 10, them gonna be too young for you to be even. Well, at least if you got your head on right, they're gonna be too young for you to be dealing with anyway. Think about it.
You say that, and they just released the Epstein files. I'm sorry.
You know, it's a picture of Michael Jackson
And Chris Tucker.
with Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody telling us something, oh man, now they ain't gonna be able to live down. I'm like, live down what? It's a picture.
They put I think they just released a picture today with Epstein, Michael Jackson, and Oprah.
It's a picture.
It's a picture.
Where do you see kids at? Right. Now the pictures with Jeffrey
and Bill
and Bill got little girls in it. Teenage girls.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 16, 17, 18.
That's a topic for another show.
It's a topic for another show. I'm about to go in all over again.
I know. That's why I got to bring it down. Like Martin said, bring it down.
Yeah, because y'all got me up playing with my boy Mike Jack like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
Like when I was flipping through and I seen that picture with what's her name, Giselle or whatever, and Chris Tucker, I was like, Chris.
We're gonna talk about that in another episode.
Like, you got dragged into this, but anyway.
Yeah, we talk about that.
Then there's a picture with Chris sitting next to Bill Clinton, but
because he just told me bring it down. He bringing it back up. I'm about to bring it back up. Let me stop. Let me end the show. Let me end the show. Listen, it's been a pleasure. I do appreciate all of y'all who have subscribed, whether it's from you watching the shorts or whether it's from you watching the long form content, wherever you came from. I truly appreciate it. I think Pac does too. Also, whoever complimented him on his hat, I did say thank you, by the way, but we do appreciate all compliments, love, and peace over here. I have had an amazing time shooting these episodes for y'all. I think this is episode 13. It's been that means it's been 13 weeks. 13 weeks. Y'all been rocking with us for 13 fucking wakes up. But
And as y'all see, I'm starting to come out my shell a little bit more.
yeah, he sure is doing a good job. Good job. But listen, once again, we do want to thank you guys for allowing us to borrow your ears for as long as y'all have allowed us to. I know we held your hostage for about an hour and some change, but listen, it's been a great time. We've appreciated it. I have been your gracious host, Tay Nicole.
I'm your co-host, Pac Manley.
And together we are
With your old ass podcast.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's been a roller coaster. You know.
Roller coaster.
Ooh, I forget the song.
Shows.
What was that? What you said? Roller coaster. What was that song that got that tempo to it?
Roller coaster of love.
It's another song that's similar to that.
I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun. Do, do. Damn.
I cannot really even think of nothing but roller coaster. Not fast, no.
You know what song that they gonna run into the ground? I love this song, so they gonna run into the ground for me necessarily. My baby, he don't talk sweet. He ain't got much to say.
Oh, was that a commercial?
But he love me, love me. He love me anyway. They gonna run that song into the ground.
What movie was that prevalent on?
Let's hear it for the boy.
I want to say something with Eddie Murphy in it.
I'm not too sure. We can look it up real quick.
But even though that song they're about to give you a lot of answers. But
did you see Jake Paul get his
jaw broke
in 2 places?
Yes. You know what the mess up thing is? I had money on it. I had $5 on it.
Who you bet for?
Dude, well, it was a parlay, so it was. Where's my phone? It was the only thing I won on was dude winning, and I didn't win no money, but it was a whole little parlay.
I knew it.
What?
Footloose.
But the parlay was will the fight go the distance? 100 jabs landed. Anthony Joshua to win, and then Jake Paul most punches landed. Only thing I got was Anthony to win.
I could have told you that.
I was looking for
the win. I'm talking about the punches. I could have told you we're gonna lose that.
Oh, but like I couldn't find to just bet on him winning.
Was it solely? I think it was solely in Footloose.
Really? Let's give it for the boys. Let's hear it for the boys.
I knew it was Footloose. I just couldn't think. I couldn't think it. I knew it had Kevin Bacon in it because I love me some Kevin Bacon. I love some Kevin Bacon. That's my boy.
And they banned dancing in that town.
Yeah, I knew it had to be Footloose because I couldn't think of any other movie that ever had it in it. Because it was the soundtrack for the movie, and that's what boosted the movie sales.
Okay. I just thought it was like black people or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just confusing.
Because because I googled it. What movies was Let's Hear It for the Boys, and it has solely just Footloose.
Never knew it was part of that soundtrack, but I don't know.
She boosted that movie with that song.
I'm just
That's my song.
Watched a lot of old movies on TV on Saturdays and Sundays.
Come with me and do your job.
Oh, I was listening to that yesterday. Well, that song came on yesterday, and I was like,
which version? Because I wasn't talking about Project Pac's version.
Ferg. Yeah, that was that song came on, Plain Jane, and then I was like, let me listen to that's right, Ferg did drop an album recently. Got to listen to that, and then I was like,
to play this song,
and I was like, let me go back and listen to A$AP now. Haven't listened to their albums in a while.
You know, it's funny. People don't realize that she also sings Silly. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Not getting copyrighted. Sorry.